Hello, everyone. Here I am on January 4th, a little bit after 1 o'clock. Gonna make yet another one of these pointless videos. Just because I feel like it. I realize probably not that many people are gonna listen to what I have to say, but might as well do it. Got nothing better to do other than take down all the Christmas decorations, which I don't really feel like doing right now. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I got some plans this month. We're going to spend MLK weekend in Switzerland. Mainly because we like to do the short trips and there's no telling how much longer we're going to be able to do this kind of thing. So we're doing it while we can. We're just going to go to Basel for 3 nights and stay in a nice hotel and have a nice lunch in a very highly regarded restaurant at the hotel where we're staying. So that'll be an interesting experience. And I got another Christmas gift the other day. My husband gave me an Irish bodhrán drum, I think that's what it's called. I told him I thought I might invest in some bongos. And the funny thing is I actually tried to play drums when I was a kid, and I never could hold the sticks right. So I switched to clarinet, and I played clarinet for a year, and decided I didn't want to be in band. At that time, I was very into my horse. I had a horse, and didn't have time for band practices and such, so I gave it up. I've often regretted giving up studying music when I was much younger. I tried a bunch of different instruments until I started singing, and that was when I was 18. I didn't sing at all until I was 18 years old, and it was thanks to an adjunct professor who told me that I should take lessons and join a choir, which I did. And now I make videos on YouTube. I do want to make a few comments about some things that have happened this week. For instance, on New Year's Day, we had a couple of angry people commit terroristic acts in major cities in the United States. There was the guy in New Orleans who drove his car into a crowd and killed 15 people, I believe, and injured quite a few more. And I remember hearing Trump talk about how it was an illegal immigrant who had done this, and it turned out that the guy was from Texas and had served in the military. But the one that is getting more attention is Matthew Livelsberger, who was a Green Beret and stationed over here in Germany, actually in Stuttgart. And my husband and I lived in the Stuttgart area in 2 different stints for a total of 6 years. My husband was not Special Forces. However, a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video. It was a really long video, and I ended up taking it down because it was on a subject matter that was rather sensitive. And one person commented, and the comment I felt was a bit inappropriate for the subject matter. It was about the people that had lived in the house that we'd lived in before we rented it in the Stuttgart area. The wife was stalking me for a while, and then she eventually ended her life. Lived in Colorado Springs, and her husband was Special Forces, and I would bet you money that he knows this guy. I don't know for certain if he does, but I would be pretty sure, given how close the Special Forces people are, I would guess that he probably does know the fellow who flew to Colorado Springs on leave from Panzer Barracks in Stuttgart and rented the Cybertruck and loaded it up with fireworks and camping gas and other flammables, and apparently shot himself in the head, and then it blew up in front of Trump's hotel in Las Vegas. I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been looking it up because I'm interested. I mean, the guy is described as a Rambo type who loved the country, and it kind of surprises me that to be considered a patriot, you have to be a Rambo, Trump-loving type. Personally, I don't agree with that. I also don't agree that the only way to serve your country is to be in the military, because there are lots of people that serve the country. People who teach, for instance, or firefighters or police officers, or people who join the Peace Corps and work in another country for a couple of years to, foster friendships and relationships. But having been a military wife for as long as I have, and having grown up with a military father, I know that many people in the military feel like that's the only way you can serve. And I've noticed that many people are assuming that this could have been a cover-up and the guy was set up, and this is some kind of weird conspiracy theory that is trying to discredit the incoming administration. Personally, given what I know about that particular community and the joke that passes for military mental health care, I'm disinclined to think that that was some kind of setup by lefties. But I don't know. I mean, what I think in a nickel gets you nowhere, right? Anyway, I don't want to speak too long because people never watch these videos, and it seems like a waste of time to make them. But I did have that on my mind today. And I guess one other comment I would make is this morning I happened to finish my latest book that I've been reading. It was about the Chernobyl disaster. I was 13 when Chernobyl accident happened, and it seems like it was not that long ago. Less than 10 years after that happened, I moved to Armenia to be a Peace Corps volunteer. And Armenia, as you know, was part of the Soviet Union, as was Ukraine. And we all had to carry iodine pills with us everywhere we went because of the nuclear power plant in Armenia and the Chernobyl disaster. But anyway, what really struck me about this book is called Voices from Chernobyl. It was written by Svetlana Alexievich. And basically, they're monologues from people who survived that disaster. And what really struck me about it, and I did write a review of it on my blog today, and I included excerpts. A lot of what they were saying back then are what you're hearing from a lot of MAGA people today. Things like, blaming Democrats for the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the degradation of the lifestyle in the Soviet Union, and or the former Soviet Union anyway. And people wanting a very strong, charismatic leader. I guess that made them feel safe, having a firm, strong man as their leader, and thinking, that gave them more freedom and safety, which is all really just an illusion. I speak from the experience of actually living in that area right after the fall of the Soviet Union. it hadn't changed that much at that point, and I heard a lot of people talking about how awful it was that the Soviet Union fell apart. And I don't know that most of them would like to go back to it, though. And today we're hearing a lot of people talking about the good old days and how it used to be so much better when we had conservatives in charge. And we're getting ready to have Trump in charge again. I mean, the man is a literal felon. He's about to be sentenced, finally. People are insisting that he was set up and that he's insisting that it was a witch hunt. These are the same things that I hear people say on any of the many cop cam, body cam videos that you see on YouTube. You hear them, oh, I didn't do anything, I'm innocent. The same shit. Donald Trump saying the same shit that you hear from any common criminal. But people believe him. People think he's a saint. And I think it's going to be pretty bad. I really do. So we're going to go to Switzerland and we'll be back by the time he gets inaugurated, unfortunately. But might as well enjoy ourselves while we can, right? Have a good weekend.